Sunday, October 22nd. Join me for a general ramble should you care to. I get a lot of flack. Not a lot, but it's pretty much a given I'm going to get some flack if I'm not supportive of Pierre Poilievre. Now, I've been consistent all along in having some questions about some of the moves Pierre Poilievre has made and some that he hasn't. I don't actually tongue the guy down. I just have some things I don't like. Again, in things that he has and hasn't done or said or been. Is he out talking to anybody who's gathering in Ottawa as we speak of late? I don't see him. I'm not aware of it. Anyways, Maxime Bernier, recent comment, every time I tongue down Pierre, I'm splitting the vote. People go and vote for Max. Well, it's unfortunate, but Maxime Bernier never gained any traction. I say it's unfortunate. If he'd have won his riding seat and had a voice in Parliament, I think people would have started seeing who he is and what he's all about. I believe the man is genuine. You look at his career choice. He almost won the leadership of the Conservatives. Like, he came that close. It came down to the last voting round, I think. And then, a year later or something, he left the Conservatives. He said, "You're not really Conservatives anymore. You're liberal. I'm going to go start my own party." Pretty bold move. I have faith in him. However, it's never going to happen. In 2019, if he'd have got a seat, maybe, right? But Max is the party. That's the biggest problem. In our snap election in 2021 in my locale, I didn't see any PPC signs up until the last minute. And then, of course, it was somebody I didn't know. I might as well run for that riding seat. Who knows me? Nobody, right? I'm nobody. And that's, Max is the party. But to say he had his kick at the cat and it didn't go through, well, that's not quite the analogy I'm looking for, but it's not going to happen. It just isn't. People are scared to split the vote, increasingly scared. In fact, in the snap election in 2021, a lot of my personal friends and acquaintances said I voted for Max last time. It didn't happen. Like, they voted in 2019 for Max. It didn't happen. They're not going to make that mistake again. Pretty well, quote unquote. And so they voted for Poilievre. Now, bear in mind, as long as the supply and confidence agreement, the coalition regime, remains in power, it's a full 2 years from now. Full 2 years before we would have an election. And I'm sure just about everybody watching this video would agree we're not going to make it as a country. Not with Trudeau remaining in power following the WEF edicts. We're done for. Now, the rumor mill continues to churn. It wanes and ebbs. Jimmy Jaggy's going to pull the plug on the supply and confidence agreement. Don't see it happening. I really don't. Jimmy Jaggy's WEF. I've not been able to pin down if and when he graduated the Young Global Leaders program, but he is and has been constantly listed as a WEF member. In fact, last time I Googled Canadian politicians who are WEF members, and I've done it on several occasions from several different angles and different ways of going into the same rabbit hole, he always pops up as number 3 in Canada, just behind Chrystia Freeland, just behind Justin Trudeau. So no doubt in my mind, he's more interested in his commands from Davos than he is his meager pension. Meager by his standards. Interestingly enough, in the under 31, I think it is, age demographic, recent polling shows the NDP's ahead of the Liberals. They're that far down, the Liberals. Wow. That's a first. So who knows? Maybe I'm misreading it, misinterpreting Jimmy Jaggy's primary motivations, but I don't think so. The younger crowd is waking up. This recent poll and related polls the NDPs, or sorry, the Liberals crashing in the polls. It's the younger demographics leading it there. And I see it in my analytics. They have this little chart that breaks down the age groups. And over the last 6 months, I'm assuming it's new subscribers, they're in the younger age groups. And those demographics, like 25 to 35, I think is how YouTube breaks it up. Basically, I think they use a 9-year, not a decade-long cycle. But anyways, whatever. Those numbers are growing. And I mean, all along, my channel's been us old fogies. You know what I mean? Those younger demographics, 45 and down, were, you know, part fragments of single digits. Now they're up in the double digits. So I really do think the younger people are waking up, and that's really, really what we need, desperately. Because, again, I don't think we got 2 years left in us as a country. Yeah, I know, not a cheery topic on a sunny day, but it was a sunny Sunday ramble. Take care, everyone, and please do stock your larders. I know I keep hammering away on that, but that's where I just came from. Every spare penny I got goes in the larder.